right, here we go, guys. We are jumping into our experience living in Reno, Nevada.
Yep.
I've moved here 2 or 3 separate occasions over about 8 years. How long you been here?
Almost 10 now. So 18 in Carson and 11 here now, I guess.
There we go. So born and raised. So you got all the experience you need between the two of us. That was what, about 45 years?
Yeah. I'm just about.
Not a big numbers guy. But in this video, guys, we are going over exactly our experience on what we've experienced so far in Reno, in Carson, and what you can experience, when you guys relocate and move to the area. So we've got a list here. Again, we're not memorizing stuff. We've got our list. We're going to run through it.
Did our research. We just don't memorize well.
Exactly, right? We had to think back of all these memories that we have through the years.
Yeah.
And obviously, behind us, we've got this beautiful scenery. We've got downtown, just a view as far as the eye can see. So without further ado, let's just get into it.
Absolutely.
What's our number one that we're looking at?
So just we're first and foremost just going to touch on driving. So a lot of people, depending on where you live in the country, if you're in the Midwest, it might be a little bit slower. California, we know, has a rep for crazy fast driving.
Yeah.
And I think we're starting to get a little bit of that now. So, with the people moving over and coming over a little bit, we do have the fast left lane, if you will.
There we go.
But not quite as bad as Sacramento, LA, all that sort of stuff. So.
Definitely. So we still are, right, the smallest or the biggest little city in the world.
Yep.
So when it comes to driving, it, if you're doing the speed limit, you got to get out of the fast lane.
Yes.
Get on over. And it's not really that much of a difference, probably, again, like he touched on, coming from California, which a lot of you are, or bigger cities, it's going to be identical. Traffic is going to be a lot less than probably what you were expecting.
That is a huge benefit.
Yeah.
We have our occasional traffic jam by one of the casinos. They're still working on all the different construction and this and that, but there's really not too many traffic jams, if you will, or bumper to bumper.
So. Yep. So that is something to look forward to. The next, we're going to talk about the service industry a little bit.
Yeah, so I know the service industry real well. I spent
back your hand a little bit,
that's how I know this guy. Through his lady. So I worked in the service industry for about 8 years, and so I guess the thing we're kind of touching on is that it's a little hit and miss. We do have a ton of new restaurants, a ton of great spots, really.
Yep.
But with that, we've got kind of an oversaturated market, so it's hard to find real quality help. So I'm not going to blame that on the millennials or anything like that. It does seem to be a little bit harder to get good help. So some days you're going into a spot and you get the best service you'll ever get, and then next time around might not be quite as great.
For sure. And it really is like a hit and miss, right? It doesn't matter if you're going to a chain restaurant. It doesn't matter if it's whatever it may be.
Yeah, local, family owned. It just doesn't seem to stick.
Exactly. So there's good, there's bad. I would say, I'm also coming from the service industry. I would say I would lean more towards, we've got some better service than some areas.
Yeah, I've been around and I've traveled a lot as well too. So I've been to some places that I was appalled.
Definitely.
And so I wouldn't put us near the bottom.
Yeah. And we're not even just talking about restaurants either, right? So we're talking about just anywhere in the industry. Overall, expect a good experience. Nowadays with Yelp and all of that good stuff, it's got everybody shaking in their boots. Nobody wants that bad review.
That is totally true. I just I got my car serviced. I had the backside of my car ripped off, and the mechanic that took care of that, A1.
Yeah. I was just working with some contractor earlier today, actually. The guy was phenomenal. I highly recommend him for any job. He's actually coming to the house to do some work.
Nice.
So good contact there. So if you do move to the area and you are in need of any contractor work, we've got the guy for you.
I got a mechanic for you too.
There we go. Boom. We'll send you exactly to the right restaurants and all that good stuff too. So that being said, when you guys are moving to the area, you got to let us know so we can hook you up.
Yep.
We can send you to the right people. We got a guy. Cool. We're moving along, and we are jumping into the weather, right? We've got, we're looking at, we're almost in the new year. We're almost 2021.
Yeah, this is the week of Christmas right now, and it is nippy for sure. Don't get me wrong, it is nippy, but I'm in a long sleeve right now. I got an undershirt on, and my face is a little chilly, but overall, we're sitting pretty right now.
Yeah, the sunshine, and that's exactly what you guys are going to expect. We've got all 4 seasons here. you can, if I don't know if the camera will catch, but the mountains are snow capped right now. So even if it does snow, or when it does snow in the wintertime, it typically stays up in the Sierras, in the mountains. It rarely comes down into the valley. We expect maybe 20 inches of snow a year.
Yeah, you get one every year probably that you're like not snowed in or nothing like that, but you know, you got a foot and you're like, well, didn't expect that. And 2 days later, it's gone.
Completely gone. So when you are moving here, expect sunshine.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. During the summertime, it gets a little hot, but it's a dry heat, right?
Yeah. So, you know, if you're coming from the south, my first experience, Houston, Texas, I got out of the shower and it was that
Drenched.
sticky. Yeah.
Drenched.
And, you know, I was a chubby little boy, so I thought it was my fault at first until I, you know, start talking to the parents and you're like, oh, no, this is how it is down here.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not just me. So that being said, you know, you always hear the dry heat's better, but it is. You know, we're not Vegas either, so every now and again, summer, they're getting into the 110s, the 115s almost. We're about
miserable.
102 tops.
Max. And that's even if we hit in the triple digits for a day or two.
Yeah.
That's a heat wave coming through, in and out. So I would say, and this is one of the main reasons my fiance and I moved back, is because of how great the weather is.
Yeah. I grew up my entire life, no central AC, none of that. And so there are some nights it's going to be a little hot. You know, you might be rolling over in bed, but ceiling fan and whatever else, I got through it. I'm totally fine. So
yeah, so Ryan got through it. There's no way I'm living here without an AC.
Hey, I'm working on it. Okay.
Not a chance. Myself, I'm cranking the AC all the time, but that's just me. We are going to get a fall, which is beautiful, right? The seasons are changing a little bit. In springtime, we might have a little bit of moisture, but again, it's all great things, you know, to look forward to. That I don't think there's a single part of the, you know, a year that I'm like the weather.
Spectrum, we get a spectrum. So I mean, the one thing we don't get that you might not know about is we don't really get rain too much.
Yeah,
the rainstorms are few and far between. So
we actually pray for rainstorms. You know, and we go through some droughts here and there, and so.
If you're used to like Portland, Seattle, and you're thinking like no rain, I hate the rain kind of thing. I mean, we get it and we're happy to get it.
Yeah.
You get the occasional rainstorm and it's beautiful.
Exactly. So. And with that heat and summertime, you know, we don't really have natural disasters, right?
No. So I mean, one of the things that you think about when you're moving somewhere, if you're moving into the south, the East Coast, Gulf of Mexico, you're worried about hurricanes, things of that nature.
Yeah, tornadoes.
Yeah, we're landlocked, so we don't have any coast there to worry about hurricanes, nothing like that. And we're not like the Midwest that has those tornado alleys or anything like that rolls through. Yeah. Get the occasional dust devil, but does no damage, and it looks kind of cool out in the desert.
Exactly. But touching on that, no real natural disasters, but we have a fire season. We do in the summertime, and we actually had a really bad fire season this year. Not necessarily here locally, but just the smoke coming in. Right?
Yeah. So California, as I'm sure a lot of you know, California had its real struggles with the fire season this year, and we get a lot of our weather from California. So when it comes over the Sierra Nevadas, that is what produces our snowstorms and things of that nature. But we were just getting killed air quality wise with all that.
It was
smoke.
rough. Yeah.
The smoke blowing over. So.
And I'm totally fine. You know, I feel young. I feel fit a little bit, right? I can get out there. But the smoke, I mean, it was no joke. It kept us indoors. We weren't going outside. And then towards the end, or this year, kind of towards the end of the summer, we did have our own, and we typically do have some fires here locally as well. Yeah. That kind of ripped through the Collin Ranch area and burned down a couple houses. Yeah, we had, I think, 2 houses ended up burning down. So, I mean, when you saw on the news what it looked like, we're lucky it was just 2. Definitely. I'll put it that way. So definitely. Being that we do have the fire season, our local firefighters around here are absolutely amazing. Saints. They know exactly what they're dealing with. And so 2 houses lost is a tragedy, but for also could have and should have been a lot more if the guys weren't doing their job. So definitely. And the reason for that too is there can be a small fire that sparks here, but then the wind starts to pick up and it starts moving the fire around everywhere. And next thing you know, that idiot who threw a cigarette out just caused thousands of acres to burn and potentially houses. So that is our natural disaster that we do have. Not gonna lie, it is here. The fire season does suck sometimes. Last year, or this year was a little worse than normal,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also 2020, so everything's a little worse than normal in 2020.
Yep, it was expected almost, to put it that way, sadly. But.
Definitely. So moving on, we'll jump into cost of living a little bit, and I'll touch on the housing because when you look at our median home price in Reno, we're about $460, $470, the highest it's ever been. A lot of things are kind of playing into that. Obviously, supply and demand, right?
Yeah.
Huge demand. A lot of people are moving to the area, and so it's inflating the housing prices. That's just what it is.
Yeah. I mean, we're seeing more growth now and new suburbs being built and stuff like that. So it should go down. We're hoping.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But right now, the supply and demand, there's just not enough houses out there. So they're building quick.
Yep.
To help with that. So
yeah, and it really all depends, right? Whatever your budget is, whatever your guys' lifestyle is, if you're looking for new construction, let us know. We'll place you in the exact the perfect development that we think will fit your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Schools are important. Price point obviously is a huge one, but let us know. And then
we do have a video coming out shortly with all of that information as well. So.
Exactly. Yeah, so make sure, guys, when you are watching these videos, it helps us out so much if you do actually hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and then leave a comment, right? Make fun of Ryan a little bit down below, or make fun of myself. I know I say 100% a million times.
Yeah.
Or if there's a video you guys want us to shoot, make sure you leave that in the comments. We're obviously checking those comments every single day and just like hearing from you. So moving into other cost of living, what about like utilities and stuff? Where do we...
We're pretty close to the national average. We had recently, one of our buddies lives in Houston, and he was kind of talking about how the internet was absolutely crazy down there. And so we were happy because we were like, wow, like is that something we could touch on? Absolutely not. We're right there, middle of the road.
Exactly.
So you're not going to be paying anything too crazy, TV wise, internet wise, anything like that. My water bill, super cheap.
Exactly.
So
as far as power, we'll probably be right at the national average, maybe a little bit under.
Yep.
When it comes to groceries, I did see that we are a little higher than the national average. We've got a lot of local grocery stores here, bunch of co-ops. I would say the populace is leaning more towards an organic kind of food source.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is going to up those grocery prices. So it's, we also have the Walmarts if you're, a Walmart person, but we've got the Whole Foods and whatnot as well if need be. Talk about property taxes here are maybe a little higher than the national average.
Yeah, so Washoe County comes in around 2.7. Reno itself is at 3.66. So a little bit more expensive than just the county itself. And then definitely more expensive than the national average right now. So
yeah, and it really kind of all depends. When I'm searching for houses all the time, it's these different pockets are going to the taxes are going to be quite a bit different depending on the schools and different resources they have in that area. But again, that all goes and plays into the purchasing the buy power.
Yep.
Right. So
that being said, though, we've done videos in the past about Carson City as well. So just down the road, we are more than just Reno. So we help with Sparks and Fernley and Fallon, and so we've got all of northern Nevada covered. And
everywhere.
Touching real quick, Carson is a little bit lower than Washoe actually as well. So Carson's closer to 2.33%.
Yeah.
So if that's something you're worried about, just the extra couple $1,000s a year in property taxes just down the road, we got you.
Definitely. Perfect. And again, right, we have no state income tax.
No.
So
yeah, that's beautiful.
Exactly. So they kind of go hand in hand a little bit. You might pay a smidge more in property tax, saving on the income tax. All in all, it's just a beautiful place to live.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. All right, we are going on, and we'll talk. This is the number. Probably another one of the main reasons I moved back is the outdoors.
Yep.
Right. I mean, we've got it's your own little playground right here. Whatever you want to do, Reno Tahoe has it.
Yeah, we're facing the south right now. We're facing north. You guys are looking south though.
Yeah.
So directly to the west, we have Tahoe, we have Truckee. So
which is about a 30-minute drive from here?
Yeah. So there's all the ski resorts up there. I mean, you've got basically just forest.
Yeah.
So just nonstop.
Endless right now. I mean, we're going snowshoeing. Went snowshoeing just last weekend up at Chickadee Ridge. Literally like a 30-minute drive. Easy enough. The kids can go sledding, cross-country skiing, and then obviously the 8 ski resorts.
Yeah. So tons to do out towards the west. And then if you're more into the outdoor lifestyle, like ATVs, dirt biking, even just paintballing out in the sagebrush with your friends, we're 15 minutes to the desert, 10 minutes north to the desert. I mean, you can find anywhere to go do that sort of stuff out here. So
you name it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you touched on it. I mean, you know, we've got the winter sports, we've got the summer sports, we've got it. We don't have just Lake Tahoe, right? We've got Pyramid Lake.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I forgot to mention too, that was one of the things I had written down was we're known for Tahoe, of course. But in that same setting, we have Marlette Lake. There's tons and tons of little hidden gems, just these little day hikes that you can go to. And there's just little mountain lakes in the middle of the mountains up there that you'd never even know about. So get on all trails and you got a day trip.
Exactly.
It's planned. It's like
it really
instant.
is a paradise. I mean, if you're, again, you know, mountain biking, dirt biking, winter sports, summer sports, or if you're a big gambler, right?
Right.
If you love staying indoors.
If you're not about the outdoors, you're staring at all the casinos as well for the indoor fun. So
I'm not a big gambler myself, but I'm a mean Keno player. I got Keno down.
Just brunching and playing Keno.
Sweet. And we are going to be wrapping it up here, but the last thing we're going to talk about is kind of the jobs that that you can find here locally. Yeah.
So with the housing boom that we have, if you will, so where we're running out of housing options is because of all the growth in the industries around here. So the casinos have struggled a little bit with all the COVID stuff, but are starting to get back on their feet. And then now we have a ton of new stuff moving in. We have a Tesla Gigafactory. Panasonic has moved in out there just off of USA Parkway out in Sparks.
Just some monster corporations.
Yeah, Apple.
Amazon is out there. Yeah, Apple is out there. And then on top of that, we are then putting our full service hospital there in South Reno. It is, I can't think of the name right now. Northern Nevada Sierra Medical Center.
I'm not sure.
Something like that.
This guy's having a baby. He's the one that's supposed to know the hospital stuff.
Well, I know the ones right downtown.
Sure. The ones that exist, he knows all about. But
and that one is actually coming. Will be done. I believe it was I think it was next summer, and that's going to bring about 1,000 to 1,250 new jobs for everybody in the medical field. Yeah. So if you were thinking about kind of making a move a little bit, brand new facility, full service. Let us know, because that's going to be an immaculate place to work as well.
Absolutely.
And what else job-wise? I mean, I feel like the industry, it continues to grow, and economy is evolving and developing quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, we touched on the restaurants. That is one of those things that's booming. So, I mean, it's industry jobs, but for all those kids that are coming to college out here and everything, we got the university right behind us as well. That's just continuing to expand. It's absolutely crazy. I graduated 5 years ago. I drive down Virginia Street and can barely tell that I went to school there.
They're putting up new housing like every single day. So, guys, there you have it. We got anything else to touch on?
I don't think so. I think oh wait, real quick. If you've watched one of our prior videos, if you're one of our subscribers, my last name is Chikvara.
Chikvara, not Che Guevara.
Chikvara, not Che Guevara, the
other name,
Venezuelan revolutionary. So
the other name sounds way better.
I might be changing my name to Ryan Che Guevara soon. My friends are starting to use it a lot now. But that being said, if you do a Google search looking for me to help you buy a home, you're not gonna find Ryan Che Guevara.
No, not yet.
So just wanted to touch on that. Just give Joe, just razz him a little bit there.
Oh, that's our editor. We'll get him to fix that. But awesome, guys. Thanks again for joining us. If you liked the video, you found thought it was great content, hit that subscribe button, tap that little bell, make sure you get notifications every single day. And if you're moving to the Reno, Tahoe, Carson area,
Northern Nevada, we got you.
Give us a shout. Until next time, guys. Thanks. Peace.